Commodore, and Heritage was able to recover as the Eau Gallie Commodores got the won the toss, was going to receive. Heritage able to receive and were able to recover the fumble. And now Heritage facing second down and 10. A Trayvon Lee 10-yard run got them a first down on their first play of this drive as we are looking at about 11 minutes to go here. Padala hands off to Lee once again, right up the gut. Lee continues to bounce his way and churn those legs as he'll be stopped by a host of Commodores at the 22-yard line. Gain of 4. I want to say thank you for joining us on the broadcast here as the Heritage Panthers and the Eau Gallie Commodores meeting up. Again, probably two of the top five teams meeting up tonight. The Eau Gallie Commodores obviously without quarterback Joseph Allen. We'll get into that storyline here in a little bit. But the Heritage Panthers coming off a 14-9 loss to Seminole. Good team out of Orlando. They had a lot of mistakes last week. We'll see if they can correct those here tonight. Penalties played a big part in that game, and that's really a key tonight for both teams. Who can make the fewest mental mistakes when it comes to penalties? But right now, Jordan Padala in the shotgun, Lee to his left, John White to his right. We got a flag, and as I just mentioned, penalty flags were a problem as they set drives back, and we do have a false start. That's going to move the Heritage Panthers backwards. So that'll move them back to the 27 and set up third down and long here for the Heritage Panthers. Again, they need to get to about the 17 of Eau Gallie to pick up a first down. Don't think they're quite in Aiden Barrios' field goal range as we see trips formation to the top of the screen. Lee to the right, shotgun car right of Padala. Freshman Captain Roll, the corner at the bottom of your screen, looks like he might be blitzing. And we're going to see a timeout taken here as offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes and head coach Michael Benson want to talk this third down over. So again, welcome and thanks for joining us here tonight on the Brevard Sports Network. We got a fun one for you as the 1-1 Eau Gallie Commodores take on the 1-1 Heritage Panthers. The Eau Gallie Commodores picking up their first win of the season last week over the Rockledge Raiders, 23-16. And like I mentioned before, the Heritage Panthers, they picked up an opening season win over the Titusville Terriers, 25-19. That game going to double overtime, and then losing last week, 14-9. Joining me on the broadcast tonight is Caleb Brown. Caleb, welcome to tonight's broadcast.
Thanks, Knock. I would like to take this time quickly to apologize to those for tuning in a couple plays late. Traffic was a son of a gun coming from work, and I went for my day job, rushed over here, and traffic, doesn't like to cooperate when you're in a hurry.
And you know what? A ton of credit goes to Caleb for getting this thing put up there just that quickly so we could get on the air here as we face third down and 10. Shotgun snap, Padala, three-step drop, pressure coming. He throws it, puts out a laser, and that is incomplete. A nice throw, a tough one intended for Nate Owens, but the safety, Kiani Yardo, in on the coverage, almost had the pick, and that will fall incomplete. But again, great coverage there as James Aganor and Kiani Yardo were in on the coverage. Jordan Padala with a nice little throw there. Again, putting it in really the place where only his guy could make it. And if the DBs did come away with it, it would have been out of bounds. Fourth down and 10. Ball needs to get to the 17 for the Panthers. Padala rolls to his right. Now he's going to take off and run for it. He's got green grass in front of him. He's going to be wrapped up by Xavier Larice, and it'll be close. We'll see if it's enough for a first down. It's going to be close. We'll see where the officials mark it. Right now the ball's straddling the 16, and the white hat says first down. Gain of 11. He needed 10. He got 11. And Jordan Padala showing his mobility. Again, can create with his legs as well with his arm. You go back to last season, threw for 1,000 yards, had 9 touchdowns. Did unfortunately have 7 picks. Got the Raiders to the playoffs as he transfers over here to Heritage under the tutelage of offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes.
And this is the key for Heritage here. If Padala can start fast and get this offense flowing.
Very much so as John White gets the handoff. He'll get to about the 15. Big number 75, Marquise Oliveira, in on the stop there.
Look, Al and I were kind of talking off air yesterday, and we think if Padala can start fast and Heritage needs to score right here to start this one strong.
I was about to say, especially considering the fact Eau Gallie was the one that was supposed to start with the football. They were able to get a turnover here early as the handoff goes to White once again on the counter play. White able to churn out a couple of yards as he gets to the middle of the Eau Gallie Commodore defense. And on the stop was Caden Jacquez and Ramir Davis. So 3rd down and about 7 to go here. Ball spotted on the 13-yard line. Needs to get to about the 6 for a 1st down. Again, the Heritage Panthers here again. I think this would be within their kicker's range, but this could also be 4-down territory here as we look at 8:50 to go here on the scoreboard in the 1st quarter. No score as the Heritage Panthers are threatening. 3rd and 7. Shotgun, low snap. Pressure coming. Padala goes backwards. Padala throws across his body. It's knocked down by the Eau Gallie Commodores defensive line. It'll bring up 4th down. Kind of like the play design, but a lot of hands were up there for the Eau Gallie Commodore defense to knock that one away.
Absolutely, and a great job by that Commodore defense getting their hands up.
So we will see the kicker come on. That is Aiden Barrios. It's about a 30-yard attempt here from Aiden Barrios to try and get the Heritage Panthers on the board quick. And we'll see. We got a flag here, and we'll see what they call. And they're going to call false start on the Heritage Panthers. It's going to back them up, so that's going to make it about a 35-yard attempt now. Ball gets spotted all the way back to the 18. Kick is on the way. It is no good. No good. Aiden Barrios missed it, and the Eau Gallie Commodores will take over. So after a big mistake on special teams, a missed opportunity by the Panthers and the Eau Gallie Commodores offense, we will see.
Again, and look, even missing their starting quarterback, Joseph Allen, let me tell you, this is still a very dangerous Eau Gallie offense. When you talk about all the weapons they have, guys like the phenomenal freshman Xavier Corbin, you have you have Grantland, I believe.
We will see Larice start, but I expect we will see Grantland tonight in both cases, from what I've heard. And what we've seen from the Commodores here since they've lost Allen is they've run a lot of Wildcat.
Yep.
We do see Grantland come on in shotgun. Curious to see how much we see as Larice is in the shotgun. Motions TJ Monroe out. Handoff goes to it goes out to Donovan Richardson, the running back, and he's going to lose about 5 yards. So this Heritage defense will get after you.
Yes, they will. And look, Titusville found that one out back in week 1.
And then last week, all the points for the Panthers last week came from the defense, a safety and a touchdown. This Heritage defense, led by defensive coordinator Mark Ainsley, they are tough to get through.
Listen, Heritage had an opportunity to win that one. You and I kind of watched that one after our game. Their defense gave them the opportunity to still be in that one in the last minute and a half.
We'll see Monroe, the man in motion. Larice in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself this time. Richardson out in front to lead block, and he'll get across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the carry for Larice.
Xavier Larice, if you don't know, the Oregon commit.
4-star safety.
Yeah, you know.
A lot of ways to describe this outstanding player here at Eau Gallie.
And again, I mentioned Xavier Corbin, arguably one of the top freshmen in the county. And I say arguably because there are some arguments to be made. But that's not because of anything he lacks. It's just because of how good the young talent is in Brevard County.
No, absolutely. We'll get into Corbin here in a second as right now 5 wide receivers for the Commodores. Larice will hand. We got a whistle. And it was going to be a nice jet pop pass to Corbin as we were going to see his first touch of the evening. But it will be false start against the Eau Gallie Commodores. That'll back them up to the 17. And you know what, Caleb? Looking and watching film this past week of both of these teams, I know we've already mentioned it a little bit, but the Eau Gallie Commodores still had a similar problem. Offensively, they had lost a lot of points on the board, and they lost a lot of momentum due to penalties last week against the Rockledge Raiders, and we'll be curious to see how tonight goes. Both teams had a lot of penalties the last week. We'll see who can clean it up as, once again, we see a 5-wide receiver set. Man in motion is Monroe. Maurice will keep it himself this time. Makes a man miss. He's going to be close. He gets the first down and more as he takes it to the 38-yard line.
Again, there he was, just showing just how dangerous he can be. Not even a lot of shake and shimmy, just get foot in the ground, speed up through the middle, and.
Well, that's one of the toughest things, too, when you spread a defense out like that, and essentially it's just a quarterback run, and you've got so many lead blockers, you got an extra man, and the defense is tough to cover on that. We will look at first down and 10 from the Commodore 38, under 7 minutes to play here on the Brevard Sports Network scoreboard. No score between the Panthers and the Commodores. Larice will hand off to Corbin. Corbin looks to turn it back up inside, but he has slipped up and falls at the 40, gain of 2. Corbin already this season, 11 carries, 245 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry, no, that was just last week. My apologies. That was last week.
Such a quiet night for him.
Right? For the season, 22 carries, 318 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That was just what he did last week against the Rockledge Raiders, as we see his first touch of the evening. Trips formation to the near side. We'll see Tay Johnson and Tay Johnson and Xavier Corbin, receivers at the top of your screen as Corbin comes in motion. Monroe now gets the hand off, and he'll make one guy miss, and he'll be brought down for a gain of a couple, as we'll see Michael Stevens, defensive end for the Heritage Panthers, along with Jael Cruz in on the stop. A lot of misdirection here from the Eau Gallie Commodores offense. As you know, Joseph Fallon, the starting quarterback, went down third play in the opener against the Vero Beach Indians. And so now the Eau Gallie Commodores have had to try and figure out what they do at quarterback. Xavier Larice, a tremendous athlete. Hey, when you've got a tremendous athlete like Larice, you put him at the quarterback position, he can make a lot of dangerous things happen as well. And we'll see that tonight. So far, he's pretty much taken every snap at quarterback. Third down and about 6. Ball needs to get to the 48 of Eau Gallie for a first down. Larice keeps it himself after the misdirection. Larice across midfield, across the 40, still on his feet at the 36-yard line. And it'll be a first down for the Eau Gallie Commodores.
I mean, what can you say? Explode through the hole, bouncing off of tacklers. There's a reason why Oregon said, we want you.
Larice there with a gain of 22 as we'll have a water break here at the 5:04 mark. And again, Xavier Larice, tremendous athlete, done so many things, and this season going to be called upon to do a lot more as he takes over at quarterback. Again, that it's tough, and I feel for defensive coordinator Marquise Ramos as well, because you got to give Larice a break at least a little bit, so you're not going to get him as much on defense if he's playing quarterback. So tough break there for the Commodore defense. They're going to have to adjust, and so far tonight we've seen that. They've done some nice things defensively this season already, a couple of interceptions, a couple of sacks already too. A lot of new faces, a lot of new starters on that defense from a year ago. We'll talk about one of those new names and new faces here in a little bit by the name of Captain Roll, as he's already off to a great start. Another one of those talented freshmen, joining alongside Xavier Corbin. First down and 10. Ball on the 36 of Heritage. Larice will hand off to Corbin. Corbin goes right up the gut, and he's met immediately by Michael Stevens, the defensive end for the Panthers. No gain.
It's going to be one of those. Heritage has got to try to turn this into a physical game. I'm not saying Eau Gallie can't be physical, but I think Heritage's strength is the physicality of that D line, and so they're going to want to try to turn this into a power game quick here, because it's going to be tough to catch all these athletes in the open field.
Exactly. As you look at Amir Parker, Rashad Hill, and Michael Stevens, the defensive lineman for this Heritage defense. You can also look to, let's see here, Xavier Cordero, Marcus Hancock, Devin Green, and Nate Owens in the back end. Taz Brown, J.O. Cruz, along with John White, the linebackers. Steve Estime as well in that linebacking core. Looks like we have to have a substitution. And a penalty. So backed up to the 41 now. Must have been a delay of game or false start that I missed.
I'm going to say I didn't see the call being made.
So 2nd down and 15 for the Commodores on the Heritage Panther 41-yard line. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Corbin, the man in motion. Larice takes it to his left. Loses the football, and the Heritage Panthers recover it a second time. The ball's been on the ground by the Commodores, and the Heritage Panthers come up with it. And a promising drive by the Commodores ends in a turnover.
And I'll tell you what, a coach from Eau Gallie has left the press box heading down field side. I do not want to be on the opposite end of that, whatever that message is. But look, if you're Heritage right now, it is imperative you get points off this turnover. You didn't put points off the original. This one is imperative if you want to truly set the tone and really put Eau Gallie on the edge of their feet, or on their heels.
And here's the thing, too. This is a battle to be one of the top contenders. We know Coco's is the top team. You got to knock off Coco if you want a chance, and both these teams will have that opportunity. So essentially, I feel like right now as Lee gets the handoff and goes right up the gut, he'll get to about the 35. Gain of 2. This is a statement game for these two programs to say which team is truly the number 2 team in this county as we see that gain of 2. And I think Heritage at least has the defense to do it.
Yes. And let me say this for Eau Gallie. After this game, road doesn't get any easier. They have TFA, the First Academy, and then Coco.
Yeah, and then they start their district play against a very good Titusville team, as we'll see Lee once again get the handoff, and he'll get to the 37. So right now we're looking at about 3rd down and let's call it a long 6 here.
I like Heritage going hurry up here, a little NASCAR action.
Ball needs to get to the 43 of Ball needs to get to the 43 of Heritage for a first down. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter clock. No score between the Panthers and the Eau Gallie Commodores.
Yep.
3rd down and long. Padala looking to throw. Throws it over the middle of the field and has him in, but it falls incomplete. The intended target was Alexander Fralin, the sophomore, and that'll fall incomplete, and the Heritage offense will punt it away.
That, a great showing by the Eau Gallie defense, but if you're that Heritage offense, there's a sigh there because that you felt that was the opportunity you could have really used to turn the tide.
Well, I was about to say, and I think what really hurts too is, the Heritage Panthers, that 5-yard penalty knocks them back farther out of field goal range. They don't have that penalty. They're maybe up 3-0 right here as we look at 2:30 on the first quarter clock. And listen, field position is going to be a key here. And you got one of the most dangerous guys back there in Xavier Corbin. And we're going to have another 5-yard penalty. Again, it's these mental checks that have been hurting the Heritage Panthers this season.
That's been the story for a lot of, I feel like, teams in Brevard County. There's been mental errors where it's been big play brought back due to a penalty.
Right.
Big play. I mean, your games we've done alone.
Right, Vieira. You go back to that Week 1 game for Vieira
against Palm Bay.
Yep, you go back, and then the next game, Vieira versus Rockledge. Rockledge, both those teams had points taken off the board. As we look at the officials having a huddle right now.
While we have this moment, I'd like to talk about one of our great partners, our big first down sponsor. Cancer Care Centers of Brevard is the county's premier comprehensive cancer center, offering leading-edge cancer care to our community from diagnosis through treatment and into recovery. For over 25 years, their mission has been to provide compassionate setting for patients and their families. Cancer Care Centers of Brevard believes in the dignity of all patients living with cancer and respect to their physical and emotional and spiritual needs. Cancer Centers of Brevard, they have the experience in clinical and technological experience to attack the treatment however you see fit. For more information, find them online at www.cancercarebrevard.com. Again, that's www.cancercarebrevard.com.
We're going to see, after it was a penalty on the Eau Gallie Commodores, moved it up 5. It's 4th and 1, and now Michael Benson decided to go for it here.
I like the switch.
We'll see if they can get it. John White, the handoff, turns those legs, and he'll have enough for a Panther first down as he gets to the 44.
That's exactly the kind of turn of events Heritage needed there. They get the penalty, and then with that penalty, they capitalize on 4th and 1, and they pick up a Cancer Care Centers of Brevard first down.
And that is the Heritage Panthers offense again. That offensive line pushing up front. You look at Rashad Hill, James Scott, Mason Tarrant as well. The inside guys getting that push as we see first down and 10 from the Heritage 44. Drayvon Lee right up the gut once again, continuing to stay on his feet, bouncing off Eau Gallie defenders before he's finally brought down in Eau Gallie Commodore territory at the 38.
What a run. And again, Alan, when I was doing research for this game, I was sitting there listening to Alan talk about this great running back Lee. Absolutely an explosive back, and again, another part of that youth movement that's happening in Brevard County right now.
First down throw to Nate Owens from Padala. Gain of a couple, gets it to the 36. That was a gain of 18 by Drayvon Lee. And then the Padala pass there sets up second down and 8. But what a big run! And we've talked about Corbin, and Corbin's been the talk. But what a big run from that freshman Lee, as Caleb was talking about. Stack wide receiver look here. Brody Gustad and Nate Owens as Lee gets the handoff, goes off right tackle, continues to turn the legs to about the 30, and that'll make it third down and about 2 for the Panthers. They're going to spot it at the 31.5-yard line. So it'll be third down and 3 here for the Panthers. Need to get to the 28 for a first down. A minute to play here in the first quarter. Malik Clark now the back in the backfield with Jordan Padala. Nate Owens and Gustad, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Handoff goes to Clark. Clark gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And if you missed it, Deshaun Barnes just got himself a pancake.
Extra syrup on that one.
I was about to say, that'll definitely be in the O-line highlight reel.
Yeah.
Brings up fourth down and about 3.
You're good. It was me just on your internal.
Fourth down and 3 now. Clark will go up to the up back position. It's 2 stack receiver set that we've seen the last 3 plays. Padala looking to throw. Throws it over the middle of the field for Malik Clark, and that one falls incomplete. And that is a tough break there for the Panthers as 2 good throws on multiple third and a fourth down. Unfortunately, the tight end over the middle of the field can't come down with it.
And that's a heartbreaker if you're Heritage, because, again, now that's 2 turnovers in which you've essentially done nothing. You've moved the ball a little bit, but there's nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, on the Technique Boxing scoreboard.
Technique Boxing scoreboard, you've got no scores. We end the first quarter. We go to the second in a defensive battle between the Commodores and the Panthers. Welcome back here to the campus of Eau Gallie High School as we've got the Commodores and the Panthers in a big in-state matchup. As so far tonight, it's been a great defensive battle as Larice will hand off to Richardson. Richardson goes off tackle, gain of about a yard or two on the carry and brings up second down in about 9. So far tonight, we haven't seen Corbin touch the ball too many times. He's only had 2 or 3 touches here so far this evening. But, again, waiting for that. Xavier Larice on the previous drive had runs of 21 and 22 yards. Picked up big first downs, but unfortunately, on a run, he fumbled the football. So, a promising drive ending on a turnover that set up the previous Heritage drive. Second down and 9. Corbin in the backfield with Larice. Larice quickly throws out to Monroe. Monroe knocked out of bounds, and that was by the corner. Check that was by Devin Green, who knocked him out of bounds. Brings up third down and 5. Ball needs to get to the Commodore 40 for a first down. Larice keeps it himself, goes off right tackle, has the first down yardage and more before he's knocked down quickly. I didn't catch the number. Don't have a 14 on my roster. So don't have 14. Be first down and 10 now. Ball on the 45. Corbin, the man in motion with a jet pop pass. Turns it upfield, bounces it outside. And maybe a yard as once again Michael Stevens, a defensive end, makes the play, and we've called his name a lot tonight.
Yes, we have. He's been putting his stamp on this game early.
The 6-foot senior, weighing about 220 pounds, making his presence felt. Xavier Cordero along there in on the stop. Brings up second down and 9. TJ Monroe, the receiver in motion. We got whistles. And it's going to be a false start on the Commodore offense. That looked like that was on receiver Tate Johnson. Slightly moving just a little bit as that backs up the Commodore offense to the 41. So second down and 14 now for the Commodore offense. Darren Colpetzer, the receiver, out in the slot. Monroe, the man in motion. Larice keeps it himself this time, picking his hole, and he's going to get across the 45 and to about the 47. Tackled by a couple of Heritage Panthers, and so far tonight it's been tough sledding against that quarterback keeper. It'll be third down and 8. Ball resting on that near side hash mark of the 47. Ball needs to get to the Heritage 45 for a first down. As you look at the Technique Boxing scoreboard, 9 minutes left on the clock. No score between the Commodores and the Panthers. Again, Eau Gallie with a ton of offensive firepower tonight, but a couple of turnovers have really hampered their drives. Third down and long. Larice hands off to Corbin. Corbin goes upfield, and he's tackled quickly, and that was by the linebacker Jail Cruz, who made the stop, and along with a couple other Panthers, as Corbin's extra effort nets him a couple extra yards, but it will bring up fourth down and about 6.
And again, great defensive showing so far here by Heritage.
Yeah, I mean, Heritage, again, you got to look at it last week, too. Seminole with a lot of great athletes on their team, and Heritage was able to keep them in check to 2 touchdowns. And so right now this Heritage defense being leaned on heavily as so far, you know, you got to give them a ton of credit with what they were able to do. Larice alone in the shotgun, picks his hole. He's going to turn upfield, and he's going to be well short as he gets to about the 48 of Heritage, and that will not be enough for a first down. The Heritage defense stands tall.
Yes, it does, and now they need their offense to put something on the board to show for it. I mean, special teams has created a turnover. Defense has created a turnover. At some point, you know, look, as a defensive player, you're rooting on your team, but at the same time, you're sitting on the side like, all right, offense, we've kind of given you some opportunities. Care to do anything with them?
Well, right now they have great field position as they're sitting on their own 48-yard line. And again, so far tonight, you know, you look at Heritage, they've been able to run the football. Now, again, it hasn't come at, you know, great success, but they've had their moments where they can pick their spots here as we see the stacked wide receiver look once again. Padala in the shotgun. Lee almost gets the handoff, but Padala is going to be sacked, and that's going to be, let's see, Tyshawn Lang, who made the stop or made the sack, and he'll send the Panthers backwards to about the 42-yard line. Loss of 6.
And again, it's one of those, you know, one step forward, two steps back. You really don't want that hampering your momentum. But Padala can throw the deep ball well.
Well, the question will be I don't know if there was a miscommunication there because it almost looked like Padala wasn't expecting it, but then didn't quite get the handoff right as he keeps it this time again on the inside slant to Nate Owens. Nate Owens breaks a tackle, has the first down and more as he's inside the 40 to about the 39.
He'll pick up a Cancer Care Centers of Brevard first down. Cancer Care Center of Brevard. Visit them online at www.cancercarebrevard.com.
Under 7 minutes to play here before halftime. Padala with the shotgun snap. Hands off to Lee. Lee gains maybe a yard as he'll get to the 40. Actually, he's actually going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And, again, a great pass there. Just a quick slant to Nate Owens. And Padala's had some good numbers. He had a couple of touchdown passes in the game against Titusville. Don't know what he did last week. But, again, Padala, one of the stronger arms in Brevard County as we look at 6 minutes and 32 seconds. Again, Heritage's offense with opportunities here. Got to make this one count as, again, they've had quite a few plays in Eau Gallie's territory. Padala takes a snap, 3-step drop, throws it up deep, and that is going to be incomplete. That was intended for Kaiser Birch, and that one was not quite in the vicinity. Kiana Gallardo was the man in coverage. Safety with 2 picks on the season already.
You almost feel like that was a miscommunication. Padala thought he was going to kind of bend it up more to the farther boundary, and
Which is good. Again, good coverage by Gallardo there as we see 4 wide receivers set. 3rd down and long. Ball needs to get to the 30 for a Heritage Panther first down. 6:15 to go here before halftime on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Lead to the sidecar left of Padala. Low snap. Padala's got a fall on it, and he'll be all the way back to midfield, and that'll bring up 4th down and a mile.
Again, another opportunity squandered, and I need it to be understood. I'm not picking on anybody, but essentially you've gotten the ball 3 times in this first half in phenomenal field position, and you pick up one first down. In the first drive, they picked up 2. They've picked up, I think, a total of 3 first downs.
Well, right now, I mean, yeah, you're right, because they've had 3 drives here. They've been set up inside the Eau Gallie 36. They were set up on their own 33 and then their own 48, so they've had good field position. As we'll see a punt here. This one up and a nice punt end over end. It's going to be caught by Monroe. Monroe comes to the near sideline to 30, 35, knocked out of bounds at about the 37. And we got a flag coming in late.
Yep. That's going to be on Heritage, at least from the way the smack talk is. And to me, that all but confirms it. The handshakes and dap-ups.
Net penalty on the Heritage Panthers, so going to add to that and give the Commodores some good field position. And I think we're going to have a moment for a water break here, an official timeout. No score between the Heritage Panthers and the Commodores here on the Brevard Sports Network.
All right, while Anthony gets himself something to drink, I will go ahead and tell you about another one of our great sponsors. Technique Boxing, located at 1541 North Cocoa Boulevard. Technique isn't just a gym, it's a community built on discipline, empowerment, and the art of real boxing. Since 2012, they've trained everyone from first-time beginners to seasoned fighters, offering youth classes, advanced sessions, personal training, and even a unique non-contact program helping those with Parkinson's disease fight back. Give them a call at 352-9889-5114.
First down and 10 for the Commodores. Handoff to Corbin on that right side. He's still on his feet, and he'll reach for the first down marker. Don't think he's got it, but a tremendous effort from the freshman running back, Xavier Corbin.
And he used to do stuff like that all the time at youth level. Al and I had the honor of watching him at a Rockledge youth football. It's where he came from. It was almost kind of assumed he would have gone and been a Raider in high school, but till one day it surprised me. I look, what do you know? He's at Eau Gallie over the summer.
Second down and 1 for the Commodores after a 9-yard run by the freshman running back. Larice taking all the quarterback snaps tonight. Man in motion is Monroe. Larice will keep it this time. Flag flies in late. In on the stop for the Heritage Panthers, Anthony Hicks.
And the penalty will be holding on the offense.
So holding on the offense will march him back, and it'll bring up second down and 11. Ball taken all the way back to the 47. And once again, positive gains.
Yep.
Stall drives and gives Heritage defense a little bit of wind here is, again, second down and 11 instead of second down and 1. 5 wide receivers set here for the Commodores. Man in motion is Monroe. That cutting motion back out. Larice will keep it this time. Just absolutely lightning through the line. He'll be brought down at about the 39-yard line. Makes it a third down and about 4.
Just saying, Oregon. I know you're bringing him in as a safety, but might want to think about putting him in that Oregon backfield.
I mean, when you talk about just an athlete like Xavier Larice, and I go back to my Montana days, an athlete like him would start the season.
Yes.
Because, again, you don't have that many athletes on a roster, but he would have automatically been the quarterback for any team up there, and we would be seeing the things that we're seeing from them. And, again, I think it's just a great strategy. Again, you kind of take that extra man and put him as a blocker, and you go with that quarterback run scheme. And we'll see a timeout taken by the Heritage Panthers here. On the Technique Boxing scoreboard, no score between the Commodores and the Panthers. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left before halftime.
I'd like to also thank Pizza Valla in West Melbourne. From the heart of Brooklyn to the Space Coast, Pizza Valla brings generations of authentic Italian flavor to your table. Inspired by his father's restaurants, Tony Ivalla carries on a rich family tradition serving New York-style pizza from scratch-made Italian dishes, crafted only with the freshest ingredients. Come with us at Pizza Vola in West Melbourne, 3351 West New Haven Avenue, open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 10, and Sundays from 12 to 9. Give them a call today at 321-729-4281 or order online at pizzavala.net. Pizza Valla, where tradition, family, and flavor come together.
Third down and about 4. Ball needs to get to the 37 for a first down for the Commodores. Richardson with the handoff, and Richardson's going to get stuffed by the Heritage defense. In on the stop is Jail Cruz once again. Look for Amir Parker there as well, and Michael Stevens. Again, a couple of familiar names. In on there, too, was John White, the linebacker. So brings up 4th down at about 3. Ball now sits on the 38. Needs to get to the 36 for a first down.
I'll tell you what, I did not have this going possibly into halftime 0-0.
Did not think so either as we look at 3:17 to go here before halftime. Xavier Larice in that pistol formation, going to keep it himself this time. Larice will get the first down as he gets to the 35.5-yard line. It was close, but he does get the first down, and that is a Cancer Center first down.
Yes, it is. Brevard Cancer Center. The Cancer Care Centers of Brevard. Find them online at cancercarebrevard.com. Again, that's www.cancercarebrevard.com.
Donovan Richardson last week had 3 carries for 12 yards. Xavier Larice was 3 of 5 for 42 yards passing, and also this season 14 carries, 63 yards, only increasing that total here this evening. Larice, 3-step drop, looks to go over the middle of the field, and that one is incomplete. I believe that was Monroe, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Monroe, 14 carries for 86 yards so far this season.
That was a tough pass for Monroe to come up with, but once it's gone into your hands and essentially into the body, you got to find a way to come up with that one for essentially your quarterback.
Yeah, Xavier Larice, the new quarterback here, and he has been taking all the saps tonight. We have not seen Brody Grantland here this evening so far. Doesn't mean that we won't, but so far Larice lining up at the quarterback position for all the offensive snaps. 2.5 to go here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. No score between the Commodores and the Panthers. Larice keeps it himself again this time, and it'll be stood up by a host of Heritage Panthers, and that was Anthony Hicks in on the stop, and that looked like along with Xavier Cordero. So 2 big-time hits by Heritage Panthers. Makes a stop again. It'll be a 3rd down and 8, only a gain of about 2.
And that time, it didn't matter where they went with the ball, whether Larice would have handed that one off to Corbin or kept it himself like he did. There were Panthers waiting to pounce in the backfield.
There were. This defensive line has given the Eau Gallie Commodores offensive line a few fits here this evening as they've been able to get some penetration. Michael Stevens, a name to keep an eye on, along with number 55, Amir Parker. 3rd down and 8. Ball needs to get to the 26 for a first down. Corbin, the freshman phenom, across the 30, and he'll be down at the 25, and that'll be enough for Eau Gallie Commodore first down.
And again, just like that, he can turn the game on its head with one snap.
9-yard gain, picks up a Commodore first down, and 1 minute and 34 seconds to go on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Now, the Heritage Panthers will get the kickoff to start the second half. So, Eau Gallie right now trying to put some points on the board before halftime. Again, this spread look from the Eau Gallie Commodores. Larice all by himself in the backfield. 1st down and 10. 3-step drop. Rolls to his right. He's going to go ahead and tuck it. Runs to around the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown for Xavier Larice. And no flags on the field. Actually, we do have one flag. I don't know if that's going to be on the play or after the play. We'll wait to see. But Xavier Larice there, able to break free from 25 yards out if it holds, and it does hold. So the Eau Gallie Commodores on a 25-yard touchdown run by Larice.
And just like that, Al and I mean, we've been calling it the X Factors. Xavier Larice there puts points on the board. The penalty on the play was delay of game called on the Commodores, which will be enacted or used on the kickoff.
So 9 plays and about 4 minutes of clock used by the Eau Gallie Commodores. Gets the first points on the board as we'll see John Adams attempt the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, swings the leg, and it is through the uprights. And the Eau Gallie Commodores leads 7-0 here on the Brevard Sports Network.
That drive brought to you by Pizza Vala. Guys, don't forget, week 1 of the NFL season this Sunday. I know I'll miss it. I'm doing lacrosse. But if you're hosting a week 1 football party, Pizza Vala is where you need to go get some fresh Italian pizza.
Go get that New York style pizza, that nice thin crust there. And
thinner crust so you can put more down.
Exactly. At least that's the theory.
That theory works for me. I can't speak for others.
A minute and 2 to go here before halftime, and we've had a pretty good clock. It's 7:45, and we're almost to halftime here as we get ready to see the Heritage Panthers 2-minute offense. John Adams will kick this one off from the 35. Again, the Eau Gallie Commodores, a 9-play, 4-minute drive, capped off by a 25-yard touchdown run by Larice. Adams kicks this one up. It's high, returnable, and that'll be Birch, I believe, for the Panthers. He'll take it to about the 35, and that is where the Panthers offense will start things off.
57 seconds left showing on the Technique Boxing scoreboard as Eau Gallie has a 7-0 lead as the scoreboard is being corrected.
If you're offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes here, Caleb, what are your thoughts? Do you try, I think a lot is based upon this first play. You are going to get the ball to start the second half,
yes.
So you don't want to give the ball back to the Commodores here. Do you just try a simple run play? Do we try and go to the air here?
I say you go to the air on some quick slants. Like, just try, if for nothing else, give Padala rhythm going into the second half.
Lee in the sidecar to the left of Padala, trips to the near side here. Padala, 3-step drop, quickly dumps it off to Lee. Lee's going to make one guy miss, and he'll be upended at about the 39. Gain of about 4 on the pass and catch.
Like see a little more urgency. Look, even if you can get within field goal range and attempt a field goal, getting some points here, I think, is necessary, especially when you get the ball to start the second half.
Birch, the receiver, at the far side. Nate Owens on the near sideline. Padala looking his way, has to avoid pressure, steps up, now has to run for it. He'll gain about another 3 or 4 yards as he gets to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 4 brings up third down and about 2.
Little more
14 seconds to go here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 7-0 the Commodores. Final play likely. They got to snap this one. Only 5 seconds to go here. At least heave it, you would think.
And
nope.
That's it.
That's all she wrote for the first half, ladies and gentlemen, as the Commodores lead the Heritage Panthers 7-0 here at the campus of Eau Gallie High School. You're watching the Brevard Sports Network.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
25 program, Dragons and the Mist. They are under the direction of band directors Anthony Atkinson and Bailey Workman. Their percussion director is Ethan Mercer. Color guard director is Leslie Kaler. Their principal is Steve Barton. Their band captain is Miles Kinney. Drum majors are Les Mundell and Ray Swanson. Drum majors, is your band ready? Eau Gallie High School, you can now begin your show. High School Marching Commodores.
All right, I do think the Commodores are the only ones performing. We'll be right back in about 8 minutes here on the Brevard Sports Network. We're at halftime, 7-0, Eau Gallie on top.
Hey, this is Devon Dudley, and you are watching Brevard Sports Network. Oh, my brother, testify.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Brevard Sports Network. Still about just under 3 minutes left at halftime. Let's go ahead and talk more about our amazing sponsors. Again, our first down sponsor, Cancer Care Centers of Brevard. Cancer Care Centers of Brevard is the county's premier comprehensive cancer center, offering leading-edge cancer care to our community, from diagnosis through treatment and into recovery. For over 25 years, their mission has been to provide a compassionate setting for patients and their families. Cancer Care Centers of Brevard believes in the dignity of all patients living with cancer and respect their physical and emotional and spiritual needs. At Cancer Care Centers of Brevard, they have the experience, clinical expertise, and technology to treat most major adult cancers. Contact CCB today and discover the difference in the quality of care, experience, and innovations can have in your fight against cancer. Please visit them online at www.cancercarebrevard.com. And we'd also like to thank Technique Boxing, located at 5141 North Cocoa Boulevard. Technique isn't just a gym, it's a community built on discipline, empowerment, and the art of real boxing. Since 2012, they've trained everyone from first-time beginners to seasoned fighters, offering youth classes, advanced sessions, personal training, and even a unique non-contact program helping those with Parkinson's disease fight back. This is the real deal. Footwork, defense, and skill taught by experienced coaches in a family atmosphere. Mark your calendars for September 6th. That's tomorrow, the grand opening in Cocoa with free classes and giveaways. Give them a call at 321 or 352-989-5114 or find Technique Boxing on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok. Technique Boxing, where the hard work pays off. Anthony, before we do a Pizza Vola, let everyone know the scores we have.
So far, what we have here is St. Andrews and MCC. MCC up 9-7 on that one. Viera at Astronaut. Viera's on top of War Eagles 26-7. And then Western University Orange. University Orange. They are up on Melbourne 9-7, last I saw. And the Cocoa Tigers trailing the Blue Beach Indians 17-0 that game in the second quarter.
Those are some couple surprising scores there.
A little bit. Some tight long games.
Yeah. Folks, while you still got time, why don't you give Pizza Vola in West Melbourne a call? They are our second half first down sponsor. From the heart of Brooklyn to the Space Coast, Pizza Vola brings generations of authentic Italian flavor to your table. Inspired by his father's restaurants, Tony Vola carries on the rich family tradition, serving New York-style pizza and scratch-made Italian dishes crafted with only the freshest ingredients. Come visit us in West Melbourne at 3351 West New Haven Avenue. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 10, and Sundays, 12 to 9. Give them a call today at 321-729-4281 or order online at pizzavola.net. Pizza Vola, where tradition, family, and flavor all come together.
Now here at halftime, we have a couple minutes left. This team's stretch and everything else. Caleb, tomorrow, where will you be?
So we got a double dose of football.
Second half is brought to you by
Allen
BG Boulevard.
and doing the Satellite Beach organization. He'll be up there at Zach Sealy Field.
Just want to do a shout out to one of our big sponsors, Jenna Pizza.
I will be making a trip all the way to the Flagler Titans organization, as they reached out before any Brevard County team for us to do youth football. They said they loved what we did here. Your price. So we said, blah, blah. They said, you'll have a deposit in 3 days. Before any Brevard County teams, they reached out to us in December to lock us down. So we are really excited. We also said, my guy needs scaffolding. They said, done. Build scaffolding. So they will be taking on the Sun Riviera Hawks. So you'll see another Brevard County team. We'll be seeing the Hawks for the third week in a row.
Yes, you empire continues to expand.
Yes, it does.
When you call out of county or anyone in county, look, all I'm saying is. I mean, look, it's going to be an hour and a half drive up there, and you factor that in. They said, we got you.
As we return to action, we'll recap the first half for you here shortly. As the Eau Gallie Commodores did receive the opening kickoff, they did not get the offense out there. It's Heritage. A little bit of a swift kick off from the face mask of the Commodore, and they were able to return it. So we'll see the Heritage Panthers now receive the opening kickoff. This one looks returnable. Birch on the far sideline. He'll be knocked out of bounds across the 30 at about the 32-yard line. That's where they're going to spot it.
So if you're Heritage here, and I know you said this on the past couple drives, but I do think it's important. Points are imperative.
Yeah.
Because when you allow this Eau Gallie offense, which already was just Xavier Luis, Xavier Corbin, run the football, chew clock, now they're really in the driver's seat with the lead.
It'll be interesting to see, too, what offensive coordinator Steve Commodores decides to do an adjustment. Heritage did have some success running the football up the middle. We'll see if they go to that now. Touchdown to 10. They do. He was handoff, and he'll continue to turn the legs. Get a couple of yards, runs into a wall. We got linebacker.
Second down for
the Commodores did a nice job. Samuel Trinkhouse in on the stop there for the Commodores. Second down and 8. Off the lead once again as he goes off the right guard. And he'll gain a couple of yards, maybe actually short down. Defensive back, right back in there, Tolbert in on the stop along with Keone Gallardo. Bring up third down and about a long 7 here for the Heritage Panthers. Green, sophomore wide receiver, and Nate Owens, your receivers from the near side. So John White's the back to the side right. Play action. Y'all looking to go deep. He's got a man for Tyson Birch. Take that out and run. Calls it complete.
And again, just another missed opportunity. Whether it's a receiver coming down with it or Jordan Padala putting it in the perfect spot. At some point, something's got to break, something's got to give, and if you're Heritage, this one can get out of control quickly.
Steve Moore, the punter, back for the Heritage Panthers. So, fourth down and long, putting 3 and out. Great start to the Gallie Commodore defense as they allow 4 yards on 2 carries. Good snap. And that was Captain Roll.
As Captain Roll recovers the fumble, and again, this is what I talked about, Anthony. Things can go sideways quickly right now. Because now, as if Eau Gallie needed them, they have the ball, what, inside the 10?
Inside the 10, right at the 5. Keone Gallardo, he's already got 2 interceptions now, and a blocked punt, already making his presence known on this defense. Blocked it, and Captain Roll was able to scoop up. Unfortunately, the turf monster did get him. He tripped up at the 5, but sets up the Eau Gallie Commodores offense with great field position.
And let's be real, you know his team's going to laugh at it for tripping up in the film room
Hey,
tomorrow.
sometimes that turf monster gets everybody. So first down and 10, first down and goal, I should say, from the 5.
Yeah, right.
TJ Monroe, at the goal line. They're going to call him out at the 1-inch line. Gain of 4 yards, close, but not close enough. Technique boxing scoreboard under 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. The Eau Gallie Commodores looking to extend their lead.
Lisa Corbin right now.
Second down and goal. Pop pass again there to Monroe. Monroe cuts inside.
Once again, I'm wrong, but you know what? Coach did him right. Made sure Monroe had the opportunity to score the touchdown that was denied to him on the previous play.
That's how you play football.
Monroe. And again, I don't disagree with the call. You thought Monroe got into the end zone there that play before, so what do? You run the same exact play and say, if you can't get an inch, you didn't deserve the touchdown, no way.
Exactly. John Adams will attempt the extra point. Sometimes you just need that second chance, as the extra point is no good. So it'll be 13-0. The Heritage Panthers here on the Brevard Sports Network.
Drive brought to you by Technique Boxing. Information is sitting there on the scoreboard. They have their grand opening in Cocoa tomorrow, so head on down to 1541 North Cocoa Boulevard, Technique Boxing. They're doing all sorts of giveaways and 3 classes. I mean,
That's tough to do.
yeah.
Love free classes.
If it's free, it's never mind. But no, the thing I love about Technique Boxing is they have that non-contact class to help those with Parkinson's be able to fight back and stay in shape and use that movement to their advantage. That is such a cool aspect to helping those with Parkinson's.
Commodores John Adams swings the leg. Nice high kick, and we've got whistles. Flags.
Somebody left early. And coaches confirmed that everybody was offsides.
Yeah, that's insane.
Listen, sometimes in some press boxes, it's real fun listening to the coaches communicate with each other.
Back up the Commodores.
Very much so. Boxing scoreboard, 9:54 to go here in the third quarter. Gallie Commodores 13. One more time. Adams on his approach, swings the leg, and this will be a nice high kick. Returnable by Birch. Birch gets a good sprint down on the sideline. He's got the kicker to beat. The 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. A Heritage Panther touchdown.
And it took special teams making special plays. Mr. Birch, welcome to the end zone.
So that would be about a 63-yard return. Wow. And that kick, just that high kick. It could be 63-73. I didn't exactly catch the yard marker when he caught it.
Yeah.
But either way, big change in momentum here as the Heritage Panthers put points on the board. And think about this too, that penalty, how huge was that?
Yes.
Sets it up, they're going to kick it again, and Birch takes it distance.
And guess what? Right now, your Heritage, that puts you right back in this game. Now that brings new life into what was already a strong defense.
So we have whistles, and the extra point is no good. So 13-6, a 7-point ball game as the Heritage Panthers trail the Commodores here on the Brevard Sports
The big key also to that, on top of the fact that it was a re-kick, he caught that on a running start. And when I tell you, he was starting full speed. Full sprint, catches it, and in stride. A lot of times when that happens, it's because they see the gap already developed, but they're already ready to hit it. You catch it, and you're practically at full speed, if not, 95%. That is dangerous.
As they say, special teams, again, you look at it last week for the Heritage Panthers, defense scored 9 points for the last week. Special teams gets the Heritage Panthers jump-started back into this ball game. And again, this defense didn't get an opportunity here to get a stop, a little bit of 3 and out, and a short field goal offense. All of a sudden, things are changing here for the Heritage Panthers. The Eau Gallie Commodores get set up an extremely short field. See if they can try and answer, because they've got 2 of the most dangerous return men probably in Brevard County when you look at Corbin and Maurice.
Yes.
Both guys already, at least, I know Maurice has a couple in his career. Corbin won last, week, 2 weeks ago or last week.
Again, we nicknamed them the X Factors.
Ball,
Commodores receive the ball past the 40-yard line. First down, Commodores.
Field position. About the 42, yeah.
You know what though? I'll give up that kind of field position if the goal is to keep it away from Luis and Corbin, because I don't know that you want them out, because the touchdown juiced them up. I wouldn't want to kick to them after that and watch them answer.
Exactly. We're not one of the open space. No, we see first down and 10 for the Commodore offense. The last 2 drives have ended in touchdowns. Reese will keep it as it goes off right tackle. Flag comes in. Reese sliding down the side of the first down. Flag on the play. A couple of Panthers delivering the shoulder to those defenders as well. Will be a penalty against the Commodores.
Something tells me the hole sprung open that way. Because if you notice, as soon as Maurice hit the gap, that was the flag.
They never call that.
11-yard run by Reese, wiped down. Technique boxing scoreboard, 9:26 to go here in the third quarter. 13-6, the Commodores lead the Panthers. First down and 20. Reese hands off to Richardson. He goes off right tackle. Gain a couple yards, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Good defensive effort on that left side of the defense by the Panthers. Marcus Hancock, the safety, on the stop as well. Gain of about 1 maybe.
Eau Gallie kind of trying to restart themselves here a little bit.
Second down and 19. That's the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Corbin the man in motion, and we got a flag once again. And that's going to be, I believe, a false start, and it is. It's going to back up the Commodores in the road.
Really?
So they're going to be backed up to the 28. Right now, the Commodores having some trouble.
Second down for the Commodores.
With some mistakes, mental mistakes. Backs it up. Second down, 25 to go here. Larice keeps it himself, and he'll be brought down by Michael Stevens, but not before he gets across the 30 to about the 33. Gain of about 5 on the carry for Larice. Be third down and 17 for the Commodore offense. Under 8 minutes to play here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard here in the third quarter. 13-6, the Commodores lead the Panthers, but the Panthers with a 63-yard kick return touchdown just a few minutes ago, and all of a sudden this thing has gotten a little more interesting. Man in motion is Monroe. Larice, 3-step drop, going deep, looking for Corbin, and did Corbin catch it? I don't know. That he did catch it. They're going to say it's a catch. It looked like he had it on the hip, but a great catch from the freshman phenom, and that will be a first down for the Commodores. And right now the Commodores with a man down.
Huge play there for the Commodores, and they have someone down due to cramping. Apologize for the volume.
23-yard passing catch from Larice to Corbin, and it'll set up a brand new set of downs for the Heritage Panthers. And that's frustrating as a defense for the Panthers there. You got them backed up as far as you did on third down, and unfortunately you can't come up with the stop, and the drive continues. First down and 10 from the Heritage Panther 45. Ball on the near side hash, as we'll see both Richardson and Corbin, the backs in with Larice. Larice will hand off to Corbin once again. Corbin will be brought down by Marcus Hancock. Amir Parker was the first guy in on the stop.
It's starting to get chippy down there. There's a lot of jaw jacking going back and forth.
Well, and if you're the Heritage Panthers defense, you're trying to make plays, you're trying to continue this energy here, because this is a big, if they can get a stop here and give their offense another opportunity down 7 as we approach about the halfway mark here in the third quarter, you're giving yourself an opportunity. Heritage has shown they are going to be tough. They're stingy on defense. You're going to have to earn everything, and the Eau Gallie Commodores have had to do that tonight. Second down and 10, near side hash mark of the 45. Larice keeps it himself, and will be a gain of a yard as he's brought down by Steve Estime, the linebacker. So a gain of 1. Second down and 9. So third down and 9. Heritage Panthers face yet another third down here. Can their defense get off the field, or will the Eau Gallie Commodores continue this drive? We approach 6 minutes on the Technique Boxing scoreboard here in the third quarter. 13-6. The Commodores lead the Panthers. And it's time for a water break here. And as we do that, we'll tell you more about our proud sponsors.
Well, again, let's talk about Pizza Vola, located in West Melbourne. It's week 1. From the heart of Brooklyn to the Space Coast, Pizza Vola brings generations of authentic Italian flavor to your table. Inspired by his father's restaurants, Tony Avala carries on a rich family tradition, serving New York-style pizzas, scratch-made Italian dishes, and crafted only with the freshest ingredients. Come give Pizza Vola a visit over on 3351 West New Haven Avenue, open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 10, and Sunday, 12 to 9. Give them a call today at 321-729-4281 or order online at pizzavola.net. Pizza Vola, where tradition, family, and flavor comes together.
Again, thank you for watching and joining us here on the Brevard Sports Network as we bring you Week 3 action of the high school football season. A lot of games going on tonight. Mentioned some earlier scores. We saw Cocoa trailing Vero Beach 17-0. That game was back in the second quarter the last time we got a score update. As we see third down and 9. The Commodores need to get to the Panther 35 for a first down. Corbin converted the last third down. Will they call his number again? Larice keeps it off at right tackle. Eludes a couple of Panther defenders, but not until he's brought down at the 40. And that was, I believe that was John White, along with a few other Panther defenders in on the stop. It'll bring up fourth down and 5. Gain of about 4. Xavier Corbin already with offers from Penn State, Miami, Kentucky. You look at Captain Roll, another freshman. He's already got offers from Kentucky, Miami, USF as well. We know about the 4-star commit for the Oregon Ducks, Xavier Larice. He is in the shotgun all by himself. 5 wide receiver set, fourth down and 5. Needs to get to the 35. Larice keeps himself trying to pick his hole. He does, and is he got enough? I think he's going to be a yard short. And he is. He's a yard short. He needed 5, and he got 4.
That's a tough one.
Tough break there as, again, just running that quarterback +1 run game, and the Heritage defense stiffens.
That it does, and again, look, you're in your own territory, but you prevented Eau Gallie from putting points on the board. If you're the Heritage offense, can you matriculate the ball down and put points on the board?
Yeah, I was going to say, Jordan Padala tonight, can he get the passing game going? The handoff to Lee once again. Lee follow his offensive line, continues to churn those legs. Right behind that right side of the offensive line, Mason Tarrant and Deshaun Barnes. So, again, nice job there. Actually checked that that's Winston Hardison and Mason Tarrant on that right side. Some nice blocking there. Drayvon Lee will check out. See Malachi Clark check in. Nate Owens, a vertical threat here for the Panthers. Would love to try and find a way to get the ball in his hands in some space. 2nd down and 5. Handoff to Clark. Clark continues to churn the legs. He'll be close to a 1st down, and they're going to spot him a yard shy. They're going to get him at the 46.
And you know what? If you're the Heritage Panthers, if this is how you can get the ball down the field, I say do it. Chew up some clock while trying to put points on the board.
Yeah, you'd love to reel off about a 4 or 5 minute drive, give your defense a rest here.
Yes.
As we'll see Demarion Green, the receiver at the bottom of your screen, Nate Owens and Kazir Birch, the receivers at the top of your screen. Clark gets the handoff once again, and he'll get enough for a 1st down for the Heritage Panthers, and he'll be to the 47-yard line, so enough for a Heritage 1st down.
And if you're Heritage, you're hoping this rushing attack that you've developed bring those safeties in just enough to try to get something over the top.
Very much so. As you look at the safeties right now, Trey Hill in the back there along with Keanu Gallardo, the 2 safeties for the Eau Gallie Commodores. Nate Owens will come to the near sideline. New receiver in the slot is Brody Gustad. Now Clark will switch sides, go from the right to the left. Padala with the chest high snap, hands off to Clark. Clark turns it up. He's going to meet the shoulders of Captain Roll, and he'll get to about the 49, gain of a couple, about 3 yards on the carry.
And look, here's a coaching point for that young man. Instead of slowing up to lower the shoulder, speed up and lower the shoulder, because once that extra drive of force you're bringing, you'll then fall forward and not be driven backwards then by two or three Commodores.
Captain Roll, the freshman cornerback, in on the stop. He's already got 7 tackles. We did have a penalty on the play. Didn't quite catch what the penalty was. Takes him all the way back to the 38. Guessing that was a holding penalty.
I want to say, Mike, if I had to put my money on something, it would be a hold.
Owens and Gustave, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. John White, the back in the backfield, sidecar to the right of Padala. 1st down and about 17 to go here for the Panthers. Gustave, the man in motion, handoff to White. White turns it up, and he'll get back to the 40 for a gain of 1.
Again, those holding penalties can be absolute drive killers, especially if your passing game is not where you want it to be.
Well, you look at it, I mean, one holding penalty, I don't have the official analytics on this, but, I mean, a holding penalty probably derails most drives in the game of football. So the fact that you have one is very, very difficult to overcome, and more times than not, teams can't. So we'll see if the Heritage Panthers can do that. 3-receiver set, low snap. Padala got time. Fires one out, and that's to Birch, and that one is incomplete. Looking for the receiver on the out route, and Birch is upset with himself as it brings up 3rd down and long.
And unfortunately, that's been the story of the night for this Heritage Panther air raid attack. Is you've had guys open with easy catches to make, and unfortunately, just dropping them.
Yeah. Right now, the ball needs to get to the 38 of the Eau Gallie Commodores for a 1st down. 1 minute 41 to go on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 13-6. The Commodores lead the Panthers. Pressure coming. Padala steps up. Now he's going to run for it. And he'll be brought down as he's tackled by a couple of Eau Gallie Commodore defenders. In on the stop for them were Jason Malador, along with Captain Roll and a few others. So bring up third down and about 7 as the ball's on the Heritage 49. Nice run by Jordan Padala, but again, that holding penalty sets them back, and they've got a punt. Steve Moore, the punter for the Heritage Panthers. We'll see if he can pin the Commodores deep in their own end. Fourth down, about 7. Good snap. Steve Moore puts this one up and didn't get quite good kick on it as that one goes out of bounds, not returnable. We do have a flag down on the field. Curious to what this one is. Looks like it's a hold from the umpire. Who the hold is on is the question. So I think the hold is going to be on the Eau Gallie Commodores as the head official is going over to talk to head coach Michael Benson.
Minute left to go here in the third.
I'm curious. They're talking to him. They're trying to figure it out here. Does Heritage have an opportunity? So it is a hold against Eau Gallie. Okay.
Yeah.
Considering how long that conversation was, I was wondering if they were discussing options about whether or not Heritage would get the ball.
But typically holding like that.
Well, it depends if holding happened before the kick.
You know what? You're right.
But again, I'm not an official rules expert. Either way, it is holding. It'll back up the Commodores.
You mean you're not Mike Pereira? Gosh, dang it.
I know. I don't get the big bucks.
We'll see what we can do about that.
59 seconds to go here in the Technique Boxing scoreboard in the third quarter, 13-6. Commodores get the ball at the 19. Actually, we'll call that the 18-yard line. Xavier Larice doing a lot of running of the football tonight. We'll see 5 wide receivers set. I expect Monroe, the man in motion. That's Corbin, actually, with a pop pass. Corbin gets the run, comes to the near sideline, is upended by the safety, Devin Green. And so a great open field tackle by Devin Green as Corbin has enough for, I believe, a Commodore first down. The ball actually it'll be at the 27. Corbin right now. Again, some electrifying plays here this evening. 46 ticks left here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Second down and 1 for the Commodore offense as they attend the injured Commodore.
Kind of being helped off, and
hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Xavier Larice in the shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield with him. One of them being Richardson. Richardson gets the handoff. No, check that. Larice keeps it himself. Larice keeping that ball wrapped as he's brought down by the safety, Marcus Hancock, but not after picking up a big first down for the Commodores at the 40.
That will be a Pizza Vola first down out of West Melbourne. Again, it's week 1. Make sure you get Pizza Vola on the phone and maybe pre-order those pizzas for pickup or delivery, so you don't have to miss a minute of week 1 of the NFL season.
And again, week 3, I should say, technically, of the college football season.
Yep.
A lot of big games on tomorrow.
More cupcakes.
More cupcakes than, good games,
Yeah.
but there's a couple.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few sprinkles.
Michigan and Oklahoma.
Exactly. And that's going to do it for us here in the third quarter on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. The Commodores lead the Heritage Panthers as we go to the final frame here on the Brevard Sports Network. Got a score update for you, 24-3. The Cocoa Tigers trailing the Vero Beach Indians.
Look, that's a good Vero Beach team. You know, you're left wondering, is this Vero Beach's year?
Yeah, they always have a good squad. Right now, St. Edward's up over MCC 14-9. As we come back here to the start of the fourth quarter, the Eau Gallie Commodores with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 40. Larice unloads it, looking deep, and that one's going to be too far out in front. That receiver was Tay Johnson that Larice was targeting. Again, Larice showing that arm, but that one just a few too many yards out in front.
Listen, don't sleep on Larice's ability to throw the football. He's a heck of a baseball player, as Alan and I have watched him, and that looks to be another cramp.
Try and get you some more scores from around the area. (26-7) right now. Vieira on top of Astronaut, up in the north part of the county. And then let's see what's the score on at the Mel High.
Melbourne and University.
University Titans 15, Bulldogs 13. That one, close ball game in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10. Ball on the far side hash mark of the Commodore 40-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff goes to Corbin. Corbin comes off right tackle, sprints across 50, 45, 40. Trying to make guys miss and is knocked down at the 30. And what a gain from the freshman running back.
Well, I am super glad to see that that injury doesn't look to be affecting him right now.
Gain of 30 yards by the freshman running back, Xavier Corbin. Again, the offensive line did a nice job on that near side of the offense, really walling off the Heritage defenders and springing Corbin free as it sets up a 1st down and 10 at the 27 of the Panthers. Monroe goes to the far side in the slot. Corbin to the sidecar left of Larice. Quick throw to Monroe, and that one is incomplete as Larice probably would like that throw back.
Yep. That's just one of those. I think he got a little excited and short-hopped.
Good thing is it fell incomplete instead of losing about 4 yards on
Correct.
that one. Let's head to the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 11-12 to go here in the fourth quarter. 13-6. The Commodores leading the Panthers, and the Commodores trying to extend their lead here as they are deep in Heritage territory. This Heritage Panthers defense has bended a little bit, but they haven't break. 2nd down and 10. Handoff to Corbin. Corbin's going to lose 4 yards as Amir Parker, the defensive end, brings him down.
Parker looked like he was just shot out of a cannon and just was waiting in the backfield, saying, okay, whichever one of you takes the ball, you're going to meet this shoulder pad right here.
Amir Parker, disruptive defensive lineman, 6'4", 245 pounds, already making his presence felt here this evening. This defensive line, Michael Stevens and Parker have done a nice job tonight as we look at 3rd down and 13. Ball on the 30, needs to get to the 18 of the Panthers for a 1st down. And we've got whistles. Waiting to see who the penalty's on.
What?
I guess no penalty.
That was a.
Not entirely sure what that was.
He came and then said, restart the play clock.
Restart the clock, yeah. 10-16 now as we move through the fourth quarter on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Again, 3rd down, 13. Ball needs to get to the 18 for a 1st down. Corbin to the left of Larice. Larice, quick throw, looking for the fade route for Tay Johnson, and that one is incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down and 12, 4th down and 13 for the Commodore offense.
That's one. If you're the receiver, you you want to see a little more effort to come back and make the adjustment to the ball. I get it, it was designed to be a fade ball, but when you see that ball might short hop you a little bit.
Yeah, tough play there. And again, Tay Johnson, the speedster, going down the sideline.
I mean, at worst, it's an incomplete. At best,
Xavier Cordero was a corner in on the stop there. All right, 4th down, 13. Again, ball needs to get to the 18 of Heritage for a first down. Monroe, the man in motion. Larice keeps it himself and is going to continue to turn the legs. He's still on his feet. At the 2 is finally brought down. And Xavier Larice with a big 4th down conversion.
There's a reason he's a 4-star.
Checking to see where the ball is going to be marked. It's going to be marked at the 1, so a 29-yard run from Xavier Larice on 4th down. And the Eau Gallie Commodores now really knocking on the door inside the Cancer Center Research red zone. 9:35 to play here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard here in the 4th quarter. 13-6, the Commodores lead. They're looking to extend. Larice hands off to Corbin. Corbin goes over the top. We got a penalty flag flies in, and we don't have a touchdown, I don't believe. And it's going to be a penalty on the Commodores.
You're not allowed youth, and I believe the same rule applies to high school. You cannot try to hurdle or jump over someone from a standing upright position. So if I go to tackle you, you can't try to be
can't jump over.
Yeah.
So that penalty will take him all the way back to the 11-yard line.
Saquon Barkley was the name I was looking for.
Oh,
there.
yeah. You can't do the whole reverse hurdle,
no,
backwards looking thing.
That's a safety thing.
9:23 to go.
You're not allowed to leave your feet unless it's to catch a jump ball. But as you're running, you're not allowed to leave your feet.
Takes a touchdown off the board. First down and goal from the 11. Corbin to the left of Larice. Larice pitches, fakes it. Going to keep it himself this time. Is be wrapped up in the backfield by a host of Panther defenders. And the Gallie Commodores looking for a penalty. Don't get one. Anthony Hicks, the linebacker, in on the stop.
I
Going to be
didn't
knocked
hear
back
whistles.
to the 13.
I didn't hear whistles, but then again, it's hard to hear over these loud, passionate Commodore fans that we're sitting above.
Absolutely, as the fans did not like the call. You can hear the boos raining down now. Second down and goal from the 13. Under 9 minutes to play on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 13-6, the Commodores lead the Panthers here in a battle for the second place of the state, or second place in the county. Larice pop pass to Corbin. Corbin's going to be wrapped up quickly as he'll be at the 10. Gain of 1. Gain of 3 on that one. I apologize. As we got a Commodore down. He'll be brought up. And what I mean by that is that I think this game really truly decides who's that second team right now in the county. I know Coco's losing right now, but still, until an in-county team beats Coco, I don't think you can dethrone them, at least in my opinion. And both these teams will see the Coco Tigers on their schedule. Eau Gallie will see them in 2 weeks, and Heritage will see them next week down at their place.
I don't know. Neither team is playing. Okay, currently sitting the number 2 team is Eau Gallie.
Yeah.
Neither team's playing their best football right now. Coco not playing their best football.
They're playing some tough teams.
Yes.
Mainland last week, Vero Beach this week. As Larice looks to throw, he's got time. Fires a laser. That one's almost picked off. And that was almost picked off by Xavier Cordero. And that'll bring up 4th down and goal for the Commodores.
What a momentum shift this would be for Heritage if they can find a way to keep Eau Gallie out of the end zone here.
So it's going to be about a 27-yard attempt here. And that 27-yard attempt is going to be from Jenner Samoya. I do apologize if I butchered the name. 27-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. And it's good. Squirts through. 7:49 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Commodores lead now by 10, 16-6 on the Brevard Sports Network. The Eau Gallie Commodores with a 12-play drive, and they put 3 points on the board. Could have had a touchdown, but unfortunately a mental mistake takes points off the board, and with 7:49 to go on the Technique Boxing scoreboard, the Commodores now lead by 2 possessions, 16-6. And if you're the Heritage offense, you got to step on the pedal now because you got to score quickly. And so far, again tonight, as was last week, no touchdowns last week for the Panthers offense, none tonight. The touchdown came off special teams, so Jordan Padala and Stephen Hughes in this offense for the Panthers got to come up with something big here. As a corner kick, that one's going to go out of bounds and give Heritage good field position.
35-yard line. Illegal procedure.
You look at Heritage's last few drives, again, 8 plays, and trying to remember if that was a punt or a turnover on downs, but either way, you look at their previous drive, they had a kick return for a touchdown. They opened up the half with a 3 and out, so not a lot of success offensively. You go back to the first half, they were set up with some good field position, but unfortunately couldn't turn any of those into points. They had an 30-yard field goal that was missed back in the opening possession. And so right now tonight, Heritage has not a lot of opportunities, and unfortunately they've missed the few that they've had.
Heritage making Eau Gallie re-kick.
And so that one will go over the head of Owens. Owens collects it at the 10. He's got some room to run, got some blockers in front. Squirts through, and he'll be brought down at about the 30. And that's where the offense will start.
Tried to see if they could rekindle some of the magic of the last kickoff Heritage had in when they took it back for a touchdown on a re-kick.
Couldn't quite duplicate that,
yeah.
But again, down 2 possessions with 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Heritage got to come up with some big plays here. Jordan Padala's gotten some pressure from this Eau Gallie front as they will hand off to Lee. Lee changes direction. He'll gain a couple of yards, about 3 yards on the carry. Check that. That'll be a gain of 2 as he gets to the 32.
That power offense, but clock not on their side.
Second down, quick throw as the flag flies in. Gustaf makes the catch, and we tackled at the 40.
Yep. It's all right.
So the flag's on Heritage. It'll back them up to about the 23-yard line. It's a positive play that was out to Brody Gustaf. Second down and 20. Dahl in the shotgun. Fake pitch. Throws quickly over to Nate Owens. Nate Owens a little bit on the screen. Makes a man miss. Across the 40. Still on his feet at the 45 before he's brought down with an ankle tackle. And that's a way to get your playmaker the ball because Nate Owens can make a lot of things happen, as that's a great pass and catch all the way to the Heritage 45. Gain of 22. Padal in the offense, quickly back to the line as Drayvon Lee will be knocked backwards. Man in on the stop was Jason Maldor. We got whistles on the far side. Six minutes, 22 seconds to go here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 16-6, the Eau Gallie Commodores leading the Heritage Panthers here in Week 3 action on the Brevard Sports Network. Anthony Knockreiner, Caleb Brown here on the call. As actually the penalty flag is on the Eau Gallie Commodores. So right now Heritage with a promising drive as they'll now go all the way into Commodore territory at the Commodore 42. Didn't catch the penalty, but it must have been the 15-yard variety. First down and 10. And Padala looking to the sideline for the call from offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes.
It was defensive holding.
Oh, defensive holding. So, no, sorry, not a personal foul. Defensive holding on the Commodores. First down and 10. Padala gets the call. Looking back, throws it, and it's caught. And that is caught by the tight end, Alexander Fralin. Or actually, no, they're going to call it incomplete. So check that. That's going to be incomplete. Bring up second down and 10.
Trying to throw the screen out, trying to set up a screen.
A tight end screen.
Yeah. Again, I like the call. If Eau Gallie's going to keep bringing pressure, try to catch him with one of those screens.
So second down and 10. Again, Padala has had some time tonight. This offensive line for Heritage is held up when it's just a three-man pressure. And actually, we're going to go ahead and take a water break or officials timeout.
And let's try that again. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. While I have a chance, let's talk about our great partners like Cancer Care Centers of Brevard. At Cancer Care Centers of Brevard, they have the experience, clinical expertise, and technology to treat most major adult cancers. Contact Cancer Care Centers of Brevard today and discover the difference in their quality of care. Experience and innovations can have in the fight against cancer. Find them online at www.cancercarebrevard.com or find them online.
Got a score update for you in the fourth quarter. Melbourne's up over University 20-16 right now, but University does have the football as they look like they are driving.
Let's go Bulldogs. Team Brevard. Once you're playing someone out of county, it's Brevard over everybody.
Exactly. Score update, Vero Beach 31, Cocoa 3.
That offense is, Coach Ryan Schneider's got to get that going.
Second down and 11. Handoff quickly across the 35, and that's where they're going to stop, actually the 34, as the handoff went to Demarion Green. Good gain there, and it'll bring up second down and about 4 to go. Check that, third down and 4 to go. Ball needs to get to the 32 for a first down. Nate Owens gets the handoff. Now he's looking to throw. Throws a long pass up in the air, and that is incomplete. And avoiding disaster there as it brings up fourth down and 4 for the Heritage Panthers.
Heritage looking for the halfback pass there, and just...
That one had some hang time on it.
Yeah. I thought it initially got partially tipped on the throw. I don't know, the way that ball was moving in the air.
Fourth down and 4. Offense for the Panthers have got to get to the 32 for a first down. Feel like the ball game's right here for the Panthers. They convert I think they still got a shot. But with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go on the Technique Boxing scoreboard, (16-6). Commodores leading the Panthers. Here is OC Stephen Hughes, quarterback Jordan Padala. Want to talk this play over? What do you call here?
I don't even really know what you call here. I mean,
but you got options.
You have options, but the thing is, where's Padala's head at right now? I mean, look, he has not had the greatest game. Now, granted, there was a nice, he had some receivers make a couple nice catches here as of late, but you got to wonder, do you push it? Do you
try and just get the first down, even though the
Right.
clock's working against you? You're down 2 possessions. Again, Heritage offensively, I think you just try and go for the first down here, and then you start trying to get some plays downfield, and we'll see what happens here with Padala when the Heritage Panthers dial up. Tight end Alexander Fralin here on the near sideline. We saw him over the middle of the field. Padala shotgun. Quick throw over the middle of the field is caught by Nate Owens, and Nate Owens is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. Check that. That's not Nate Owens. That's Demarion Green.
Well, throw everything.
Sorry, that was Nate Owens. Number threw me. That was Nate Owens on the passing catch.
Throw everything I said out the window. Throw the slant and let Nate Owens put the jetpack on his back and say, Coach, I got this. 16-4. Or 16-14. As they try to make it 16-14.
4:19 to play here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. 34-yard touchdown pass from Padala to Nate Owens. 2-point conversion coming. And we got a lot of movement up front as John White lined up in the Wildcat. So it'll back him up. So it'll back up the Panthers, and we'll see Jordan Padala come back out. Take it all the way back to the 8. Again, though, great inside slant from Nate Owens and a great pass from Jordan Padala.
Yes.
And Nate Owens takes it the rest of the way, 34 yards out. 7-play drive, accumulating about 3 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Again, a pivotal call here because if you can make this 16-14, all you need is a field goal. But again, first the Heritage Panthers need a stop.
Yeah.
Padala now lines up in the shotgun. Play action, pressure coming. Padala looking to escape. He does. He gets the ball out, and it falls incomplete. And the score will remain 16-12 with 4:11 to go.
Tell you what, it's that one step forward, two steps back. I understand that was only an extra point, or only a 2-point conversion, but you feel a lot better with a 3-point game than you do now with a 5.
Yeah, essentially, when you look at it, they're going to have to go to the end zone if they get a stop here. And again, that's not out of the realm because Heritage's defense has played very, very well. Special teams has forced a turnover. They did that in the opening kickoff. Heritage, do you try that again? That's the question. Do you try and, pop it off somebody's face mask to get a rebound? Heritage defense, if they do get on the field, will also be looking to rip that ball out as well.
Yep. Which, it plays honestly right into the part of the Larices, the Corbins who, oh, you're not trying to tackle me? Okay, fine. Shake, shimmy, next thing you know.
House call.
Right.
Barrios will kick this one off. Curious to see what the Panthers do. Barrios will attempt the onside kick, and it's ball's loose. And who comes up with it? Was it a Panther? Was it a Panther? It is! The Heritage Panthers come up with the onside kick.
Oh my gosh, twice in a game. Typically that's hard to do once. They have now done it twice.
So Heritage will get the ball back after scoring a touchdown with 4 minutes to go. Plenty of time here, and you're not in a rush as you're on Eau Gallie's side of the ball. The ball starts at the 46.
And you know what? If you're Eau Gallie, you don't try to pick it up and run with it. You just try to fall on it.
Well, that's the reason why that ball is an oblong ball. It takes funny bounces.
It does.
So the offense comes back out. We just saw a 34-yard slant from Padala to Owens. The first points in essentially 7 quarters of football from this Heritage offense. Can they put 2 touchdowns on the board here in the 4th? Padala, fake, play action, quick throw, and that's out to Green, and he's going to lose yardage. He's going to lose a lot as he goes back to his own end, and it's going to be out of bounds at the 47 of Heritage. Loss of 7. That's a big loss.
And right now, you can tell that Eau Gallie defense is playing with a chip on their shoulder right now. They are ticked. That one, they have to go back out on the field, and 2, that Heritage thought they could slide a screen by them.
Looking at the Technique Boxing scoreboard here in the 4th quarter, 16-12. The Commodores lead the Panthers. 3 minutes, 58 seconds to go here before the end of this one. Again, the Commodores have been out in front for most of this this entire ball game. But Padala and the Heritage Panthers trying to come back. They had an opportunity down 14-9 last week against Seminole. Couldn't quite convert on the 4th. And a timeout taken by the Heritage Panthers as they discussed the second down play.
You know what? I like that timeout there. Let's make sure everyone's on. This is a huge situation. You can battle back from this type of situation. Everyone's got to be on the same page, same line, same word. All 11 have to be doing their job if Heritage is going to come out and put points on this drive.
Very much so as we continue to look at scores around the county. 27-16, the Melbourne Bulldogs now lead the University Titans. That game in the 4th quarter, Bulldogs up 2 scores. Jeff Panucci and the Bulldogs going to rebound from that game last week against the Mustangs, it looks like.
Listen, I call them Jeff Panucci and the BSN broadcasting crew, Logan and Billy. But you know what? Congratulations to the Bulldogs, man. There was a lot of doubts.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you're coming off of a win against Cocoa Beach. What do? Well, guess what? They're putting points on the board.
Padala drops back. Pressure coming. Got to step up. And he's going to be sacked. And he's going to lose even more yardage. It's going to be 3rd and a mile.
Something that you just can't have happen. As there's a Panther down on the turf or on the field. Not turf. This is natural grass, Caleb. Come on now.
3:43 to play here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. And 3rd down and a mile here. Eau Gallie defense only needs 2 plays to seal this one up.
Let's talk about Technique Boxing. It's not just a gym, it's a community built on discipline, empowerment, the art of real boxing. Since 2012, they've trained everyone from first-time beginners to seasoned fighters, offering youth classes, advanced sessions, personal training, and a unique non-contact program helping those with Parkinson's disease fight back. This is the real deal. Footwork, defense, and skill taught by experienced coaches in a family atmosphere. Mark your calendars for tomorrow for their grand opening over there on North Cocoa Boulevard. Find them online on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok.
Quick NFL update. Chargers over the Chiefs right now, 10-0.
Oh, wow. Listen, Kelsey's riding the high of being engaged.
All right, 3rd down and a mile here for the Panthers. Padala looking to throw. Rolls to his right. Gets one off, but it sends it a mile almost into the hands of Larice. Brings up 4th down and about 20. And 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go now on the Technique Boxing scoreboard.
And I'll tell you what, again, not what you wanted here coming. Again, you feel the momentum's on your side, and
Heritage has played tough. They've played good football
Yes.
teams. They come away with a win against Titusville, put some points on the board. Last week against Seminole, and weren't able to put points on the board. As we're going to see the Heritage Panthers punt this one away. Don't know what the timeout situation is, but
someone just called a timeout.
I think that was Heritage.
Let me
So
find out.
decision time now is because you just punted, you took a timeout. I know they've taken at least one earlier in this half. So, you'd like to try and keep those for you. They try and stop any plays that Eau Gallie runs, but we'll see what happens.
Anthony, since you are the awesome guy with a drive book, can we give a quick scoring breakdown for those who may be just tuning in?
So last we saw, it was 31-3 Vero Beach over Cocoa, 27-16. The Bulldogs were up over University. Try and get you some other scores from around the area as well.
Who in this game? Who? The score? The
Oh,
scorers
yes.
from this game.
The,
Sorry.
My bad. So far tonight, we've had Xavier Larice for a touchdown. As tonight, he had a 25-yard touchdown run. Then a 63-yard kick return for a touchdown by Kazir Birch. Also had a T.J. Monroe 1-yard touchdown run as well after a blocked punt. And then a field goal from 27 yards out. That was good as well. So that leads us to our scoring here this evening. And then a 34-yard touchdown pass from Padala to Nate Owens a few minutes ago. 4th down and a mile. Padala's got to get it. Looking to throw. Fires one. It's caught. And does he get the first down? Ball comes out. And they're going to whistle him down, and a penalty flag comes in late. Drama here. Let's see what happens.
I think that they're going to call late hit or late shove on the Commodores.
Demarion Green was the receiver. He caught the ball about 4 yards shy. He got maybe within a yard of the first down marker. Let's see what the officials call. Right now, it looks like offenses and defenses are going to change. So it looks like Eau Gallie is going to get the ball back, but it is going to be a personal foul, and it will be on the Commodores, and it will back them up.
Yep. So Commodores will receive possession. That play after, or that hit after the play.
So Heritage almost gets it back. They almost had it on the second effort by Green, but a great stop there, and then a penalty by the Commodores gives the Commodores first down and 10. Ball's going to be spotted, looks like the 24-yard line. So 3 minutes and 22 seconds left on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Eau Gallie leading 16-12. Larice in the shotgun. Monroe the man in motion. Larice will keep it himself this time. Larice still in the middle of the field, and he's brought down quickly there by Devin Green.
And there's one thing with Larice, that football IQ. He knows there's no reason to go anywhere outside the tackles. Don't get anywhere near a sideline. Keep it up the middle. Regardless of what you get, tick, 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 tick. That's all you want to see is that clock ticking.
Exactly. As Larice, again, with the quarterback run game tonight, has done a phenomenal job. As right now, Commodores leading 16-12. Has really extended some drives. Again, the athleticism and just the pure athlete that Larice is has really provided a spark for the Commodores offensively here tonight. Corbin gets the pop pass as he comes to the near sideline. Corbin turns it upfield, and he'll be brought down by Marcus Hancock as he gets to about the 47.
The jaw jacking, I don't understand.
Yeah, no, neither do I. But it will be enough for a first down for the Commodores.
At least if you're on a defensive perspective, you just gave up a combined 2 plays for what, 30, 40-plus yards?
I was going to say this drive started back on the 24, and the Commodores are right now on the Heritage Panther 48-yard line.
So, I mean, do the math there. I don't know how much you can really say as a defense when –
Yeah, as the clock continues to tick down, 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. Commodores probably icing this one away as the blitz comes from the Heritage Panthers as Anthony Hicks on the stop of Xavier Larice, and Hancock and Corbin still jaw-jacking and still going after each other.
Wow. I'll say this. The referees are being real lenient right now.
Most definitely.
You saw what I saw, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And here comes a penalty flag now. So that's going to set the Commodores back even more. Battle between Corbin and Marcus Hancock tonight has continued on.
Yeah.
As, right now, Panther is down at the moment. Training staff looking at him. 1:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. Trying to get you some more score updates. Trying to get you. Oh, we got a score update here for you of the north part of the county. 40-7, Vieira.
Wow.
Over Astronaut right now.
Vieira on a stretch of playing games away from the Hawks' Nest.
Let's get you a score update. It looks like St. Andrews is up 21-9 over MCC. That game in the fourth quarter as well. Good friend Alan Slaughter-Zinski on the call for that one, as that's a 15-yard penalty on Corbin.
But if you're Eau Gallie, if anything, it gives you an extra play to run more time off the clock.
Yeah, as it brings up second down, but again, it's a long way to go for a first down. I feel like if you get a first down here, you ice the game.
Yes.
But now again, if they just run the football, I don't know how many. I don't think Heritage has too many more. I think, if anything, Heritage has maybe one timeout left. Maurice in the shotgun, 5 wide receivers. Clock's not running,
No.
it is.
Yeah,
It is 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here. Larice keeps it himself, able to make a guy miss, and has stood up. And ball's being held, and gain of maybe a yard on the play, and that should. Again, I don't think Heritage has any more timeouts. Don't see them.
Somehow Larice loses his helmet.
Yeah, lost his helmet, and usually there's a reason for that, but I didn't see a penalty flag out there for that.
Yeah, well,
clock continues to run here.
And I'll be honest, I think the refs see where the game is going, and so sometimes
trying to get it out of here.
Yeah.
Under a minute to play here in the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 16-12, the Eau Gallie Commodores lead the Heritage Panthers. Grantland in on the quarterback as a handoff goes to Corbin. Corbin gaining about 6 yards on the carry. And that'll be, let's see here, be fourth down now for the Eau Gallie Commodores. 33 seconds to go as the clock continues to roll. Don't have a play clock, so don't really know whether or not the play clock is going to continue to run.
And Coach Sands right now is calling for a flag. Or now I do not know. Is there a rule for Anthony? If you'll see exactly where the injury happened.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
And Coach Sands is pleading with the referee. Is there? All right, listen, to make this.
Well, right now the
point.
Commodores are just lining up, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah, both teams now looking like they're going to just line it up.
Yep.
Clock's not moving, though. We got 22 seconds to go.
I think everyone's kind of uniformly, and the ref says run the clock now. Everyone's uniformly just said, you know what? We all see where this is going. Let's all get out of here without any discipline.
So the Eau Gallie Commodores are going to pick up their second win of the season, make it 2 in a row here at the campus of Eau Gallie High School. The Heritage Panthers will fall to 1-2. Again, great effort by the Heritage Panthers, but offensively just struggles tonight. They did score a touchdown here this evening after 7 quarters of not being able to, but we'll see what Heritage and what they do next. Heritage gets the Cocoa Tigers next week, and then they got Woodford County, Kentucky, and then out South Fork. The Eau Gallie Commodores get First Academy here at Eau Gallie, and then at Cocoa and Titusville. That's their next couple of games. So, Caleb, your final thoughts here tonight?
It's hard to win ball games when your offense does not score touchdowns.
Yeah. It's a tough break. I mean, again, Heritage has got a great defense here this evening. They got some things to work on. For the Eau Gallie Commodores, I think we're kind of getting a glimpse of to what life is going to be like as Xavier Lease takes over at quarterback. There's some growing pains with him taking over, and I think a couple of weeks from now, I think this offense could be really humming by the time we get there. But obviously they got some tough opponents in between now and then. So for Caleb Brown, I'm Anthony Knock-Reiner. Thanks for watching high school football here on Brevard Sports Network. Your final, Eau Gallie